morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here, co-founder of MDC Trading Academy, with this morning's pre-market forecast for Wednesday, July 29th. We quickly jump to our news items for the day. As I mentioned earlier in the week, very heavy day when it comes to news this week, including today. Today's FOMC day. We're expecting home sales at 10 a.m. 10:30 we have the crude inventories, and at 2 o'clock we have the statement and federal funds. No one is really expecting the Fed to do anything with interest, with the discount rate up or down. You know that when they do, that is a massive volatility creator, but we're not expecting anything that way. But nonetheless, they are going to be giving us information regarding their outlook, short-term, mid-term, and long-term in reference to the economy. So the market may be sitting on its heels a little bit in the morning before we start moving at all. So that's typically a day that we're neutral here at MDC Trading Academy. Many of us don't trade this day, including myself. We just wait for the reaction, just look at it, study it, analyze it, absorb it, and then determine which way we're going to go with it in the following subsequent sessions. So let's quickly jump to our analysis here. We go to our daily chart as usual. As you notice, we have this swing high that came off this particular breakout out of this channel flag. Market holds support on a previous resistance. We have a little consolidation, a couple of rallies to the upside till we got to our high here at 32.8450. We have since retraced 20 SMA holding support. That's the very key area right there. Any break below this, we're going to expect a lot of acceleration down, potentially right back to this level here, which has support at the 50 SMA. Now remember, markets continually repeat patterns. So what do we have here? What do we have setting up here again? We have another flag. There's another flag. There is our run. There's our flag. Now remember, these are both flags. So the expectation is ultimately the market to move forward from here. Now remember, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of a recovering from an economic shutdown. Remember that right now some of the restrictions are being business restrictions and social distancing restrictions in some cities and states are having to be redone again, simply temporarily. For example, I read in Louisiana, I think they're going to shut down again the bars, so on and so forth, and limit the number of patrons available in restaurants for 2 more weeks. So that's what the states are doing. They're doing it now. They're not doing a wholesale shutdown. They're doing very limited amounts of shutdowns. The reason that they're doing that is because they're taking a posture the market is taking. Market is taking this day by day. Here's our huge reaction, our quick recovery. The market is taking it day by day. These governments are taking it day by day. It's a very fluid situation. Now, the good thing is, in spite of we're having a huge number of cases here, particularly in Florida, but in other states like Texas and New York and California, the numbers are beginning to flatten and some of them are heading downwards. We're kind of getting to this point here in Florida. So the point is, as the market continues to absorb little bit of this information, as the reports start to, the economic reports that we get from week to week start to sort of validate the expectations of the economy, the market is going to quickly start continuing to bounce to the upside. That's our short-term, mid-term view. Long-term view, who knows? Who knows what happens if we do get to the all-time highs again? What happens if the market decides to really come lower and come retest the 200 SMA or something like that? We don't know anything. We don't have a crystal ball. We can only see what we have in front of us. In reference to what we have in front of us today, we have a pretty good idea of what the market has been doing. Remember, we've had this channel here, support resistance channel here for several days, weeks, and the market breaks out of it. Remember this flag here, this channel flag here is really creating some really good movement here. Look at how all the activity happens within this channel. Market breaks channel, continues to upside. Look how it starts to use that top as support. Now remember, this is what we were expecting here. We were expecting the market to break over the channel and come here and continue long. But no, market broke right back into the channel, but here it is again, breaking out of the channel, attempting to run, breaking out of the channel, attempting to run, breaking out of the channel, attempting to run. So here we go with another potential test of a run to the upside, and potentially we have something similar to this right now, where we can see how the market is kind of created another leg of this channel. We can consider this the immediate run here, and there is the other channel that the market seems to be moving in. So that's what we have in this particular. Now remember, we talked about that if the market returns to this particular channel here, we're going to expect the same type of movement, and it's very similar. If you look at what happened there several days ago, you can see it's pretty much kind of choppy, but still with a little bend to the upside. So that's why everything ends up to the upside. Now, in reference to trading today, let's look at our map and see what we're looking at in reference today to trading today. Now, we're in between the intraday high and low of yesterday. We had this huge run to the downside that's happened late in the afternoon all the way, which created our intraday low. Market bounces above that and tries to make a run of it here in the pre-market. Market cannot continue. The overnight market tries to test it again, breaks clearly to that. We had several opportunities for the market to continue lower, but the market failed. But what does it do? It rallies above the trend line, and here's where we find ourselves right now. So what are our plays for today? We're looking for a potential retest of this particular area here. Now, this may not happen immediately. Remember, the market may slow down as the market approaches FOMC day. As long as we remain above this trend line here, we're anticipating more continuation to the upside. So any run from this area to the downside, we can consider some shorts too about this area here. But anything that bounces off here, we're expecting it to rally and continue higher. So that's the play for today. Remember, this is a very neutral day. Make sure you choose your battles wisely. Let me know if you have any questions. Check here.